Hey, welcome again to this channel, my YouTube channel, that we discuss different topics and different areas, but once a week I commit to sharing with us some aspects of my history, journey along the way, almost 3 decades of being an entrepreneur. So it gives you an idea of my chronological age on this planet. But we're here to discuss some snippets and pieces of the journey and what that means and how that can help individuals out there that may be at some point in their own entrepreneurial journey. And as I'm reflecting today as to what it is that I could share that would help, it's the aspect of taking loans to move our businesses ahead. The thing about that is the interest bearing loans. My perspective, and I'm sharing my perspective with you because when I took loans, my first time when I started my very first business, I did borrow some money from a bank to buy a few automobiles to get things rolling and paid it back. I got an unsecured loan from a friend of my dad actually. And because I was a medical doctor, he was able to give me an unsecured loan. And we were able to pay that back quickly and it moved on. And over a number of years, I didn't take any other loans except for the overdraft that I needed to run the business because our business was doing so well, had so much cash flows that I really didn't need financing from the bank. But we really did get credit from our suppliers, but it was not interest bearing credit and there were not penalties associated with not paying on time, so to speak. Well, in 2003, my wife and I we moved to Florida, and we got a much bigger home that we could pay for cash. In fact, the first home that we looked on, we would have been able to just write the check and move in, no loan whatsoever. But the eyes of the human being, we saw a community that, wow, man, this is magazine stuff. And we went for a home for $1.7 million. We borrowed about, at the time I think our mortgage was about 850K thousand US dollars, and then we took out another loan against it for $400,000 to do some extra things that we needed to. So that became my first time having loans, real big size loans. And then later on, as we ran into the real estate mortgage crisis, or before we ran into it, our automobile business, after we built a big building in Jamaica, and we had the opportunity. In fact, we took a loan to be able to, complete the building. And one of the things I realized we do as business people, some of us, not all of us, but some of us, what we do is that instead of organically building something or looking for equity partners, sharing the business with other people when the business has potential for profit, so that we bring other people in with equity. So they put their money into the business with us and we share the profits. But because of the greedy CEO that I used to be, I didn't want to share that profit with anyone. I wanted to keep it all for the Benjamins. And what ended up happening, what generally happens in that situation is that what we do is that we generally go for loans, right? Interest bearing loans. And in that way, you keep the whole, hog for yourself, and you do not have to share it with anyone. The challenge with interest bearing loans is that when the business starts slowing down on you, because you make your projections, you plan to earn this much money every year, and everything when it's going well, I often say that when you're taking a loan, the lady that comes to your office is usually in a very tight skirt, sometimes short, looking really cute. And then when the loan is not going well and things are challenging, then who turns up at the office? A man in a suit with a crufty looking face, no smile. So here's the thing, right? What happens is this. When interest is accumulating and the business going this way, it's no longer generating enough money to be able to function properly. The banks will generally give you some breather in terms of not having to make payments on the loans, and they'll restructure your loan or they'll give you an extended period of time to repay the loan. But the thing is that the interest continues to accrue on the loan even when the business is going south. So I'm not a fan of loans. We ended up actually losing about 6 million. We went about $6 million in debt, and we lost real estate, we lost the business. And looking back, if I had not gone the route of one, buying a bigger house than what we could afford to pay for cash, right? That would have been a great way to go. The other thing that we could have done as well during that period of time is that when the business was going well, we could have included other investors. We could have included, our suppliers. We could have included individuals in the society who have cash that may want to put their cash into a business and get a great return. We could have gotten equity. We could have structured the business where maybe you take it public to get equity. So those are some of the things that could have been done, and it would have avoided debt, would have avoided us carrying a debt burden that when things slow down, when you have an equity partner, when you have a partner, they're in business with you. When business slows down, there are no payments that you have to make, right? Because they're sharing the profits. So if there are no profits, if there's negative return for 3 months, for 6 months, for a year, there's negative returns for you and your equity partners. But when you have a business with loans and there are negative returns, the bank doesn't enjoy negative returns. Their interest is accumulating on all of those periods. So I'm not a fan of loans. I could confidently say that I'm not going back in that direction. And I do not encourage anyone to take interest-bearing loans. I encourage people to do equity, seek other partners to join you in the mission of building your particular enterprise. So where you have equity partners and you share the hog, you share the spoils, right? And then that way, if things slow down, which in business, there are going to be peaks and valleys, there are going to be periods when it goes up and periods when there are corrections. And when you have equity partners, you enjoy the periods of excess and you enjoy the periods of contraction as well. You share in the periods of contraction as well. You do not have to carry that all on your own. So that's my tip for this week. I hope it helps someone out there. Of course, share this channel with friends, share it with family, share it with whomever you like. I'm not so big on trying to generate subscribers for income. That's not my goal. I do some other things, so this is not one of my primary areas. I'm not building this up for that purpose, which is good, but I'm not. But share it with those who you care about. Have them subscribe to the channel so that they could stay in touch and receive information that could add value to them. Over this year, I'll have one episode every week. I guarantee that to you, right? Every Monday, I'm going to post one. I'm posting this one a little late, Tuesday. But every Monday, there is the commitment to putting up this short video of tips. All right, Millionaire Monday mindset is the goal here for us to be able to grow and expand and become more. All right, bye for now. Until next time. God bless you all. Bye bye. And really, you're already blessed. All right, you're already blessed. Bye bye.